You've probably all heard of this idea of 2D to 3D conversion. You've probably seen some of it. We strongly recommend that if you're going to make a 3D picture, and Jim Cameron would say the same thing, shoot it in 3D. There's really no excuse not to. Plus, you're going to learn a whole lot more about the storytelling part of it if you actually work in 3D. But if something doesn't work for some reason, if there's a setup that doesn't work, or a camera system goes bad, or something like that, converting from 2D to 3D is your best option. Okay, so I like to consider 2D to 3D a great tool to have in the toolbox. I just hope it's not the only tool in the toolbox.
But this is the work that we've been doing in flexible displays, allowing us to literally print a display on a Mylar film type of backing. So now we can actually print a display that is at such a low cost that you can literally turn any surface into a display. And we believe that this is a fundamental shift that's going to happen over the next 3 to 5 years, where the model is going to be that your computing device no longer has a display attached to it. Everything around you becomes the display.
As some of you know, I'm fairly well plugged into social media and sort of fascinated by the reach of it and the weight of it, quite honestly, in terms of audience. And I knew I wanted to do an app, and Craig Yahata, my post-producer, was instrumental in getting that app up, and it was Defy. It was the studio that did our opening credit sequence. And all I knew, quite honestly, is that I wanted it to have a lot of content.
The idea that virtual production is not limited to a virtual stage. It is something you could bring into an on-set environment. You can go outdoors with it, you could bring it into a set environment. That's something that we utilized on Avatar for scenes, for example, like Jake waking up as the Avatar for the first time, where we were tracking a photographic camera and adding into the eyepiece CG elements that weren't there.